Alright. Camera's not centered, but that's fine. I can actually use the side of the screen for editing. Let me grab my cards. No, I don't shave. I don't care. I have cards because I can't remember absolutely anything I'm going to talk about in this video, but I thought this would be a cute little time capsule thing for me to look at years from now, as well as like an update for anyone that cares. So I have cards of every single year up until now of basically what I've been doing since I haven't been uploading. For starters, the main reason I stopped uploading was because the website I was using to create all my like stories and everything shut down. August of 2019, it shut down later that year, and I was like, what now? What do I do? And my laptop had broken the year prior, so I couldn't exactly do gaming. So I was kind of stuck. But basically, 2019 me, 15 years old. I had a lot go on. I went through a lot of relationship trauma. I got very much into K-pop more than I was the previous couple years. I got into so many groups during that year, and it really sucks because all the groups I got into went through a lot of trauma as well. Stray Kids being one of them. I kind of dipped out of anime for a bit. I'm kind of getting back into it. Watching Fairy Tail again, and I really need to catch up on Attack on Titan. So I'm sort of getting back into it, but not as much as I used to. Reading these cards. 2019 was the year of my creepypasta hyperfixation. That was the thing. I was huge into creepypasta, especially Tiki Toby. He's what made me want to be 5'6" by the time I was 19, because that's his height at his age, and I was like, I want to be 5'6" by the time I'm 19. I am 4 months away from being 19, and I'm 5'3". Sorry, grade 9 me. It didn't happen. Sorry about that. What else we got here? Oh, I started learning Korean. No, I will not show you because I'm still very insecure in my pronunciation of words, even though I've been learning it for the past almost 4 years. For anyone who watches this, please give me places to learn the language that are good, because I've been told to not trust Duolingo, and certain YouTubers, and I'm like, okay, then what do I use? Because I use Tuida, I think that's how I say that, and then the How to Learn Korean website that is actually written by someone who is also Canadian, which I'm like, they're using our branch of English, this would actually help me a lot, but I don't know if it's actually worth it, so let me know. And in turn to me learning Korean, I wanted to be a K-pop idol. As you can tell by the way I dress, I've been heavily inspired by their fashion and the industry and everything, and then that was my dream for quite a bit, like a couple years I think. We'll get to why it stopped being my career choice, but I still dress like them because honestly, it's a slay. It's a slay. But yeah, that was 2019. That was 15-year-old me. We don't talk about it. 2020. That was a year, wasn't it? That was a year for the entire world. So COVID hit. COVID happened. That was a thing. Actually, also I should say in 2019, I don't think I wrote it down, but I think it was no, it was 20. I freaking stopped recording because I don't have storage space. I deleted 3/4 of my gallery. I do not have that many apps on my phone, at least ones that aren't built in that you can't delete. Like, I would love if I could delete some of those apps, but apparently not. Anyway, 2020, COVID hit, TikTok became a huge thing. It's how I met, like, my 3 closest friends ever. They're really close. I love those guys to death. Yeah, speaking of, the next point is my 2 new friends. I, start of quarantine, became friends with these 2 amazing human beings. Love them both. Still friends with both of them to this day. I love them. They're great. K-pop hyperfixation got so much worse to the point where I was getting into the theory part of it. That has since left, but I got into the theory part of it because that's just how bored I was in quarantine. Okay. Started reading more fan fiction then too. Fan fiction was a big thing throughout like years and years, but like this 2020 was big fan fiction thing because that's all I read. Yeah, witchcraft. I'm a pagan witch. Hi. Yeah, been practicing for almost 3 years now. People say not to jump into deity work immediately. That was a dumb decision on my baby witch self from back then. But you know, we vibe. Oh, I'm blocking Lord Lucifer. He's a recent one. So, now that I know deity work, he's a recent one. Debating on certain things I want to keep in this video. School, oh my god. This is when quarantine hit when I started high school. At least Canadian high school. I know Americans start in like grade 9. We start grade 10 is our high school. And oh my god, my tube top keeps falling! School, COVID screwed me over for high school. It really did. I'm having to go back. My phone vibrated and that's why I moved. Never really got into it until like the third quarter of the year, and that's when my first introduction to Twitch was. Because I started watching one of my K-pop idols played a lot. X K-pop idol, I keep forgetting. X K-pop idol, then one of my actual K-pop idols, and then this is when I got a sort of introduction to the Dream SMP in a way, because one of my K-pop idols did a stream with Carl Jacobs, and I should have known of Carl because I've been Mr. Beast watcher for years, but I completely just like forgot about him because I hadn't watched him in a while. And then it was like, oh, Carl's part of the Dream SMP, and I was like, the Dream SMP? I've heard of that before, but I don't know what it is. It's a Minecraft roleplay server, and I was like, I'm out of my Minecraft roleplay plays. Afmao, gone. A while back. Little did 2020 me now. Little did 2020 me now. And then I met Archer. Hopefully I can actually mention them in the video, or else I'm gonna have to edit this out. Met one of my third best friend ever online. We've had a couple fights, but that's how it works. We've had a couple fallouts, but it's friendship's a friendship, you know? But yeah, that was 16-year-old me in 2020. Gone. 2021. 17-year-old me. 17-year-old me. I'm kicking like the mic a lot. I'm hoping that's not messing with the audio or I will cry. Still a huge K-poppy. The shelf up there is all my albums and stuff. I got my wall of posters over there. Yeah. Reality shifting. I get into reality shifting. I didn't do it for a bit after like March of 2021 because I got canceled. So I didn't do it much after that. I kind of like started straying away from it, and then I got back into it recently. A lot of stuff from Shift Talk, I've had to program my brain to not remember anymore. But those people who do remember me from 2021 Shift Talk and the stuff I did then, I do realize was wrong. My bad. Which, you know what? I think we'll get to the whole how I feel about drama stuff at the end of the video, because this is just a catch up, and then we'll talk about recent stuff. The Dream SMP. I kind of caved February of 2021. I saw the Manberg War and was like, this actually is pretty cool. This is nice. And not like the first one, the second one, like the Manberg versus Pogtopia thing. I was like, this is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna hop into this. I love lore. I love all that stuff. And then I fell down a rabbit hole. And I still watch some of the content creators now, even though the season 1 has ended, so. Pretty cool. Exploring abandoned places. Yeah, I got super into that stuff in 2021. I got into it a couple years back before too, like 2018, 2019 even. I just didn't write it down on the card. But that was only really watching it. I watched Exploring with Josh a lot. My man. My dude. And then I got really back into it again in 2021 because my mom was like, oh, there's a bunch of abandoned places around our small town. We should go and explore them. And then there's actually an abandoned house in my town that I've been on. I've been in it like so many times already, but I could make it into a video. Maybe. Maybe like a Sam and Colby on that one though. Cosplay and TikTok. Yeah. My wigs and everything are all over on that side of the room. But I'm a cosplayer now. I do that because it's fun. I love it. It's so much fun. One of my most recent and my favorites is Jinx from Arcane. Not the League of Legends version. I do not have the body confidence for that. One day, maybe, but Arcane version for now. I loved cosplaying her. Oh my god, I love her so much. But yeah, 17-year-old 2021 me. Boom! And then last year, 18-year-old me. 2022. So this is where my career choice changed because that one of those that ex K-pop idol I was telling you about that I watched on Twitch in 2020. Yeah, he got into a huge thing early 2022, and I completely stopped watching him as a whole. And I was like, okay, like, but his whole thing was, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna say who it was because there's no point. Jay. But like Day 6 Jay. And that whole fiasco he went, I'm not gonna explain it. Look it up, please. He went through the whole thing, and it made me realize how horrible the K-pop industry is. Like, as much as it looks fun, and the performing is probably fun, and the fan part can be fun at points, it's a horrid industry. And I was like, you know what? I would not want to sacrifice my mental health for that. I'd rather just go to school for music and do it myself, which is what I'm doing. I'm going to school for music this fall, actually. Caring more about my fashion, even though I stopped wanting to be a K-pop idol because I realized how horrible the industry is. I still dress like them and I still have fun. I'm also very much like, if you took a K-pop idol stage fashion and mixed it with like gothic grunge, that's my aesthetic. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's where I'm at. Okay, that's where I'm at in my fashion taste right now. Backrooms hyperfixation. Slammed into the backrooms. I was like, what? This is a thing? I love it. And then I became obsessed with it. And then I got dragged into Dungeons and Dragons. Which, hold on, let me just pull out one of my dice sets here. I don't know if you can hold on to the camera. There we are. Look at it. Look at it. We love to see it. I've got two more as well. Trying to get my jacket back up. Jesus. I have two more sets as well, but they're in like a container that I don't feel like unzipping and pulling all the dice out. And then I was like, oh, I want to write like a campaign based on the backrooms. Freshly into D&D, mind you. Like, this was like so fresh into it. I don't know why I thought I could write a campaign knowing like the basic beginner information. But yeah, got dragged into D&D. And then, August 2022. Like, I think in July, I was out in the city that's near me, and I got a notification from Wilbur George, like, on his Twitch, like, ghost hunting with George, and I was like, oh my god, he's ghost hunting? Me, who's been a fan of Ghost Adventures and been in the paranormal stuff since I was like 8 years old. He's ghost hunting? Are you kidding me? I was very upset. I was like, I'm missing this stream that I would have absolutely loved. I am livid. And about a month later, late August, it was like August 20-something, I find out that they were collabing with Sam and Colby. And I was like, oh, I've heard of these guys before. Not sure where. I could not tell you where I've heard of them before, but my brain, like, knew who they were, but didn't know who they were, if that makes sense. So I just kind of like watched the video. I was like, oh, these guys are cool. I'm gonna watch some of their older videos. And so I started watching some of their other investigations, and then I got really busy, so I stopped. And then Hell Week hit, and I watched the Yorktown Hospital one, and was like, this is my entire personality now, and I have had a huge hyperfixation on them ever since. Colby merch is right there, and I also, hold on, can I lean over and grab it? I might be able to. Okay, I also recently just bought Paradise Island, and I'm already, like, almost done it. This is how much I've read, this is how much I haven't. So I'm already almost done it, and honestly, out of all the content creator books I've ever read in my time, this is, like, genuinely a good one. If you like mystery, like, horror stuff, this is for you. Trust. Temporarily gonna put that on the floor, and then put my jacket back up, because I don't like the way my shoulders look without a top on them. Anyway, so yeah, Sam and Colby. Now, this year, 2023, now we're gonna talk about the channel and what I want to do as a content creator. I've been on the internet for as long as I can remember, years, over a decade for sure. And out of all the people I've watched, they've always made me feel happy. I had a safe place to go to. They always gave me other people to become friends with that had that same interest, right? I've bonded with so many people because of the fandoms I've been in. Like my 3 best friends, I would not be best friends with them if it weren't for K-pop. If it weren't for them, wouldn't be friends with them. Wouldn't. For Sam and Colby, I wouldn't have changed my entire worldview if it weren't for them. They changed how I looked at life and my goals and my dreams and my future. And as much as I am not a fan of Kingdom Hearts, I don't hate it. It's just not a thing I got into. I technically live by that game apparently, because that's what they live by, at least Colby. But I plan on doing Abandoned and Ghost stuff on here because that is, like, something I've always wanted to do. It's been one of my long-term interests of over a decade, so, you know, thought, let's make videos on it. And since I'm also very spiritually in tune, it makes things a lot more fun. I have a spirit box coming in this Friday, so Friday the 27th. And my flashlights and cat balls should be in the first week of February. So, equipment, the ones I bought for now, because the REM pod and music box are expensive as hell, and the EMF reader, I'll just buy at any point, honestly, but I just wanted to get these ones first. But yeah, so that's gonna be for YouTube. Any social media platforms that are, like, not, like, really content-based, so, like, Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat. Honestly, I might make a whole new Instagram solely for the content creation purpose, like, where, like, what I'm, like, teasers for my next video, or, like, what I plan on doing, polls, you know, stuff like that, basically. My personal Instagram you guys can also still follow, but you know, I make a separate one just for the content creation. Snapchat same, my TikTok as well, even though it's technically a content creation app, I honestly probably would just use it for my cosplay and whatever else I feel like. Because, I don't really think it's going to be a main thing that's going to be attached to these. None of them are actually really attached to each other. They're all just all going under the same name, Crimson Studios, which is basically like, I am just doing whatever I want on each platform, which is a variety of stuff. So it's a studio instead of just a specific thing. My god, my neurodivergent brain. This is why I had the cards, so that I could have a steady flow of thought. This is what happens when I don't. Twitch for gaming and maybe reacting to stuff if I don't have a game to play, but mainly gaming. games that would be an example are FNAF, because it's my childhood and I really want to play it. Life is Strange, 100% would play that on stream. If I'm allowed to. I don't know if Twitch changed their like thing on that. They might have. I don't remember. The Last of Us, The Walking Dead. What's another one that I wanted to play? It was just in my Valorant. I'm terrified of first-person shooter games, but Valorant is one I'd be willing to try on stream. Now, let's jump onto Twitter, because Twitter is a mess. And usually with content creators, if anything ever goes wrong, if anything they've ever done or said is bad, it's always on Twitter first. It's everywhere on there. So I do have a Twitter. I will probably change the username and stuff of that too to this. Right now it's the same as my personal Instagram, if you ever wanted to find that. But since that's where all the drama and stuff happens, let's talk about it. Let's talk about my boundaries and how I feel on drama. Okay? Let's talk about that, because that's something I need to address. My boundaries are do whatever as long as you're not weird. As long as you're not making my friends uncomfortable, I do not care what you do. And people are like, that's not something you should do, that's not something you should say. Well, guess what, okay? Even if I had strict boundaries, or if I had a list of things I didn't want people to do, they would do it anyways. That is how the world is, that's how the internet is. So at this point, I don't care. As long as you're not being a stalker, or like really weird fans like the K-pop industry has, whatever, I don't care what you do. You could write the most foul or draw the most explicit stuff of me. I do not care. Okay? I'm gonna be a lot like Sam and Colby with the whole like drama thing, and the way that I have to edit all these together. I'm gonna be a lot like Sam and Colby with the whole drama thing, and just not pay attention to it, honestly. Unless it's something like severe and I do have to address it, then sure. But if it's something I know isn't true, that you guys, as my fans, would know isn't true, because I'm gonna be very transparent. A lot of people are like, oh, you don't know someone behind the camera. You will probably know most of who I am, because I do not plan on changing my personality just for the camera. That's so dumb. And I cannot act for the life of me in real life. Like, I cannot hide my facial expressions. So if I were to pull out a personality and you guys met me in person, you'd instantly be able to tell. So I couldn't if I tried. I'm not saying be parasocial. I'm not saying do not be parasocial. It's no bad. But I'm just saying you guys would probably be able to tell if I would or wouldn't do something based on how I act and my opinions on things. So, if anything were ever to get out, and you guys are like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound like them, I probably didn't do it. And I'm not going to respond to things that are false. If someone is spreading false things about me, I'm not going to respond to it. If I don't respond to something, know it's fake. Know that they lied. But if it's something that I do address, and I do apologize for, then yeah, probably did it. Whoops, here's my apology. I'm genuinely sorry, because I don't like making people upset. I don't. Not that I'm a pushover, but I don't like making people upset if I've offended them in a way that I was uneducated on. Yeah. I think that's it. I honestly could have missed stuff and just like completely forgot or trailed off or something. But yeah, summary, a lot happened while I wasn't uploading. Ghost hunting and abandoned exploration on this channel, gaming and reacting on my Twitch, cosplaying whatever whatever I feel like on my TikTok. I can't English. And then my Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat are solely just for posting updates and what my next video is, I guess. I'm not sure when I'll upload next on here. My uploads are gonna be pretty inconsistent until I move out and get my life more together, because I've been getting there. But yeah, we'll see. I do plan on investigating my own house, but I'm not sure when that video will be, so yeah, I think that is, pretty much it. If I have anything else, I will most likely probably post it on, like, my Twitter or something, being like, God damn it, I missed saying this in the video. So yeah, whoever watches this, go freaking follow my stuff in the description. I also do curse a lot, but I'm not sure if I should on YouTube. Because demonetization. Even though there's YouTube Kids. I don't know why they demonetize curse videos when there's YouTube Kids now. But I don't know. Please. Do I curse on my YouTube channel? Because I will be doing it on my Twitch channel. Obviously, that's live. I can't stop it from happening then. But I can stop it on a YouTube video because I can just either censor it or cut it out. I could have been cursing so much in this video, and you guys have no idea because I probably edited it out. Anyways, I'm talking too much, and this video is getting so much longer than anyone wants to watch. Due to our attention span. Yeah. I'm gonna go now. Alright? Okay. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!